What a horrible experience this is. Welcome to what must be week 39 of Blob on a Bike, and my challenge to cycle 2,000 miles in 2021 is not going too well, but I'm on a bike right now, so it's not all that bad. So, bit of a funny old weekend just gone. Sam did come home on Friday with a cold from school, so we've been keeping him isolated, I suppose you might call it, in his room. It's not locked, but yeah, he has had a cold. Well, he's got a cold. He's still off school now, but he has tested 3 times negatively for COVID, so we're pretty certain it's not that, but you never know, but it's best to be sure in these situations. Well, so I'm out on my bicycle today. It is fair to say that summer has well and truly done one. I've got about 6 months of this rubbish to put up with, but never mind. It makes you appreciate the summer a bit more, doesn't it? Anyway, do not be fooled by this look today. It has been wanging it down this morning, and it is due to get worse this afternoon. So I'm taking this opportunity just to nip out to the post office quickly and well, do it while I can without getting an absolute soaking. So I'm going to shut up and get on with it and try and keep my feet dry. I have to say, it is exceptionally weird now riding without a dropper seat post. I've got this static seat post in at the moment. Hope you can see that, but anyway, it's just a Povo spec standard seat post, and I've had to stop about 3 times to put the seat up because it's never quite high enough, but I think I've sorted it now. But I do keep reaching for that lever to put it down when I come to a stop and that, but it's not there. Hopefully I'll get that back this week. To the post office. The bridge to nowhere. Well, so far so good. I have managed not to get rained on so far, but it is coming. You can see it's a bit grey over there, but for now I'll look pleased about this sunshine, even though I'm riding into a horrible headwind. But it is winter coming, so it's one of those things we just have to get used to. Whew. Typically, since I decided to come out without my sunglasses, it's proceeded to be full sunshine almost all the way there and back today. So I've got a nice headache brewing at the moment. Cheers. That is it for today's bicycle riding, and we managed 6.31 miles, which is the same as it normally is when I do that route. So anyway, not going to set any records with that distance, but it's better than not doing it at all. And it was very tempting today, let me tell you, because the weather is looking appalling, and this is a taste of things to come this afternoon. More rain again. Anyway, see you tomorrow. Bye. Hey, it is Tuesday morning, and I am out again in a small window of no rain to leg it down the post office quick. I'm about to have a little moan, so yeah, it has just sunk in. I've got about 6 or 7 months of this. It is clearly cold. I've had to put my gloves on today. It was freezing yesterday, which I don't mind so much actually, because I can put something on to stop that. It's the wind I can't stand. It just blows you all over the place, and considering I do a lot of my riding really, particularly down to the post office on the road, yeah, I don't know, I'm not really feeling that, to be honest with you, but got to keep going, ain't you? So yeah, the weather has really turned for the worse, but it's the same for everyone else, I guess. And I've certainly been there before. So let's get a few miles in and hope I don't get wet today. It was wanging it down last night. What a horrible experience this is. My weather app said that 20-mile-an-hour winds max today. No chance. It is blowing the gale out here. But no, over there. The nice steep uphill section to the post office was particularly nice today with a strong headwind, but I'm actually being blown along now. That is that done for today, and 6.43 miles is probably about the same as yesterday because it was exactly the same route. However, yesterday I didn't nearly get blown off sideways on the A39, but I did today, so that was not particularly pleasant. chilly out there, very windy, but I still sweated a lot, so nice. Anyway, yeah, Wednesday tomorrow. Little man's back at school now, so it will be a short day for me tomorrow, but I will hopefully get out on a bike for a little bit, even if it's the same little jolly that I did today, but hopefully less windy. So, well, what is this? This is me cycling down the post office for the third day on a trot. Now that hasn't happened for some time. If I'm being honest, I wasn't planning on riding down the post office today. One, I've got parcels coming which I want to be here for, and I've got a whole bunch of printing to do later, but I finished my post office stuff earlier than anticipated, so I've darted out quickly before any parcels come, really. So that is what's happening now, and yeah, hopefully I don't miss the parcels if they come early. Let's get on with it. So you've got a little bit of exciting news and a little bit of bad news. Exciting news is since I started getting a little bit quiet over the summer holidays, I decided to resurrect a couple of work projects which I put to bed a couple of years ago through lack of time, really. So that's quite exciting, and one of it is cycling related product, so that is good news. So I'll tell you more about that in the future when it's ready. That's partially the reason why I've got a ton of printing to do this afternoon. Give you a little clue. The bad news is, and it's about my bicycle. Now I swear this is probably because I was talking about replacing my bike, but the other day when I was cleaning my bike off, I know that doesn't happen very often, but my poor bike, the lacquer is peeling off it. Now the good news is Santa Cruz bikes come with a lifetime warranty against defects and things like that. Sadly that came in 2015 and I bought this in 2014. However, I have been in talks with their warranty department, and it looks like I might be able to get a really good price frame on their crash replacement and non-fault replacement program. So might be having a new bike sooner than anticipated, but I'm still talking to them and sort of sussing stuff out. One of the questions I have asked is what happens to my frame afterwards, because I would imagine they'd either want it back, which is cool, or they'd want it destroyed, which seems a bit silly and wasteful this day and age, considering it's still perfectly usable but with a paint defect. So I will keep you posted with what happens there. Be interesting to see what they come back at me and say about that, but anyway, that's what's happened. I'm going to get to the post office. It's not meant to rain today, but you do never know. This is cool, this sky, check this out. I think it's called a mackerel sky, and I like it. Do my boobs look big in this? Yes. Something for the horsey lovers. Right, that's me nearly done. I'm glad I came out on this ride today. I wasn't planning to, as I said earlier, but I'm glad I did. Just want to really make the most of this weather before it gets wet bad again. Today is meant to be the highlight of this week, so I would have kicked myself if I hadn't got out. And I have still got miles to crack on with, and I also would like to get below 100 kilos by the end of the year, so I'm going to do that sitting on my big bottom. That is today's ride done and dusted, and as you can see there, 6.45 miles probably, you can probably see that. And I have to say, the difference a day makes. Yesterday was absolutely nasty out there. Today, nice as anything, and hardly a drop of breeze or wind or brind, whatever you want to call it, like I did. Anyway, that is it for today. Hopefully, what day is it tomorrow? Thursday. Yeah, looking good, unless the weather's really bad. So see you then, bye. Right, well that is it, the end of week 39 of Blob on a Bike and my cycle to fail at trying to get 2,000 miles out this year. Anyway, this week has been a bit of a funny one really. I've not managed anything other than post office trips, unfortunately, just due to time and things like that, and also, yeah, that's about it really. Yesterday my bike was down to the bike shop having its seat post renewed, so that should be being picked up later by myself, so I'm really pleased about that, and I'll have my dropper post back, which is much nicer than the solid one that's been in there. I nearly fell off it a couple of times when I'm stopping, because you just instinctively press the lever and the seat drops, you put your foot on the floor, you push, there's nothing there, and by that time you're toppling over, so it was quite funny at the post office a couple of times. Anyway, so that is about it. So I'm sorry it's not been a very exciting one this week, but I have been cracking on with loads of work. As I previously mentioned, when I had my quiet spell, you know, that started a couple of months ago, when the summer holidays kicked off, it went a bit quiet. So I decided to resurrect a couple of old projects, and obviously I work alone. I have to crack on and do what I've got to do anyway. Also, you know, do accounting and all that. So it doesn't leave a lot of time. Besides getting out on my bike, that takes up a lot of time. It's just me here. So if I start a project, it takes blooming ages to do because I've obviously got loads of other stuff and family commitments. So I've done as much as I can at home in the evening on my laptop and stuff like that, but there's certain things I can't do at home. I have to do it on my machines and stuff. So I've been doing a bunch of printing and I'm really excited about this little project. I will reveal all soon, but it is gobbling up a hell of a lot of time. But hopefully it'll be worth it at the end. It looked wicked actually. So anyway, that is it for this week. I'm just going to get on with my weigh in. I've been eating quite well this week, so I probably, you know, expected a little bit of a weight loss, but you never know with these things. So let's shut up and get on with it. Okay, so 108.7 to beat. Let's see how we get on this week, shall we? Well, 109.1 is not what I wanted to see, but we do have these weeks. Last week I lost weight despite going on holiday and eating loads of junk food. But this week, been eating much better, put on weight, but I haven't really been doing any miles. Just I've probably done about 20 miles this week, so it's pathetic. So sorry if you're looking for any exciting content this week. Just have to try harder next week, won't I? So anyway, I would like to say get well soon to my buddy Jan from 40 Something Riders on YouTube. I'll put a link somewhere for you to go and check out his channel. He had a bit of an off on his bicycle a few weeks ago, and he's got some really bad damage to his shoulder, so he is off the bike for 4 to 5 months or something like that. So I know how much that will suck for you, buddy. So do get well soon, and send in positive vibes for your shoulder, man. Right, that is it. If you haven't already, do a subscribe, give us a like as well, and make sure you put a comment below and let me know how you got on weight-wise this week, and let me know what you've been up to. I will see you next week for week 40, I think. We are getting towards the end of the year. I'd better pull my finger out.
Light it up and we smoke. Keep me high.